Hello, good morning, lovelies. It is 9:30 here in Vegas. I keep trying to wake up a little bit earlier to film, but this is kind of the best that I'm doing right now during summer vacation. And I don't know if you can tell, but I might look a little pale today. It might look a little different, might look a little off, and that is because I'm not wearing makeup. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I'm actually allergic to makeup. So sometimes I have to go a day or two without because my eyes get all swollen and runny, and it's just not pretty. Makeup can't even help it. So I have to take a day off from it here and there. I don't know if you cared, but now you know. That was me trying to have a little bit of small talk before I just start talking about the video that we're doing today. So I was cruising through Reddit last night and trying to figure out what do I want to read. I was looking at the narcissistic parents subreddit like I usually do. There was nothing that was really speaking to me there. And so I totally didn't bite off of one of my absolute favorite YouTubers, The Click, and check out the Off My Chest subreddit. I just happened to stumble on it. I had no clue it even existed.
Sure, Jan.
So I figured today we're going to be reading a few stories from Off My Chest. I have never read anything there before. I don't know what to expect. So let's get started. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, like I usually do. Grab your soda, grab your mimosa or your Bloody Mary. We don't judge here. And let's get into these, what I assume are going to be very delicious posts. My son did something very cruel and I don't like him anymore. From Washington Doe. My son Daniel has admittedly always been a bit socially awkward. Didn't have many friends during his teenage years. Struggled a bit throughout college years with anxiety, just to give context to the story. My wife and I were still, of course, proud of him for being a nice guy, but obviously yearned for him to be a bit more accepted socially. Not that we care, just that we know it was hard on him, and he expressed to us how he felt lonely a lot of time. However, after he got his first real job in his mid-20s, he really came out of his shell and got his first girlfriend, that we know of anyway. I'll refer to her as Sarah. Sarah was just lovely, kind, patient, funny, friendly. My wife and I couldn't be more delighted that Daniel had found an amazing partner. He really came out of his shell and started doing things with her he rarely ever did. Started going to the gym, started going on trips on the weekend, vacations abroad. He really was like a new man. She lived about 90 minutes away and he even started driving so he could see her more easily. Okay, everything sounds good. Out of nowhere, we noticed Sarah hadn't been seen or mentioned for a couple of weeks. When I asked Daniel about it, he just grunted something about that they broke up. We obviously sympathized with him and didn't push for details on what happened or who broke up with who. My wife and I joked together that we were more heartbroken than he seemed to be. Daniel got a new girlfriend literally a week later, which seemed a bit quick, but we figured none of our business. That's the way it goes, especially in the modern dating app world. Anyway, as luck would have it, my wife started a new job where she learned that she was working with Sarah's aunt. They became friendly, and after a couple of weeks of connecting the dots, Sarah's aunt explained that basically Daniel out of nowhere decided to ghost, basically going no contact with telling the other person anything. Sarah, after 9 months of what seemed like a pretty intense relationship. He didn't break up with her over text or anything, literally just started ignoring her messages. Blocked her from social media and never spoke to her again. I was like, WTF? But a few weeks later, a mutual buddy I have with Sarah's father let slip drunkenly. He had heard the same thing when I probed and Sarah was devastated. I can't even fathom how psycho you would have to be to just ghost someone. Is that psycho? Council of ladies here, is it psycho? Or is it possible that maybe he's just super shy and it was his first girlfriend and he didn't know what to do? I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt a little bit, especially after how much she did for him. My wife and I haven't said anything to him about it, but we're just horrified we raised a son who would treat someone like that. We both can't stand having him around the house after how he treated that lovely girl. I just needed to get it off my chest because I just don't know how you could treat somebody like that. Well, I think it's a little extreme to say you don't like your son anymore. Maybe instead of just hearing it through the grapevine, maybe actually just sit him down and ask him what happened. And this is gonna come off kind of rude, but no matter how crappy it might be, he is a grown man and these are his choices that he's making. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. They're his relationships, not yours. So I would say if it's really bothering you that bad, sit down and talk to him. Ask him, why did you do this? What happened? Get his side of the story instead of just hearing it from other people. If it turns out that he just ghosted her because, yeah, he was done with her and he just didn't feel like, tying up any loose ends or sitting down talking to her and all that, yeah, it's kind of an asshole move, not gonna lie. My boyfriend called me fat and unattractive. 1 year later, I lost half my body weight and I left from moon moths. There, for some context, I, 25 female, was with my ex, 28 male, for 4 years. After a year into our relationship, I had some health issues that affected my weight. At the time, I focused on maintaining my health instead of my weight, and he was very supportive of this decision. It's always like that, right? But we know something bad's coming. When I recovered, I started a diet and was steadily dropping pounds. As I lost more weight, I became more confident and started wearing things like shorts and skirts again. To me, this felt great, but to him, he felt embarrassed because people could see my fat. Oh, fuck off, pal. He told me that he liked my new clothes, but didn't like them on my body yet. That I was very close to having an attractive body and attractive legs, but I needed to lose more weight fast. He then started spamming me with very restrictive crash diet plans and recommending that I spend an hour in the gym every day. He also suggested that I start doing this right now, so I would be thin by the time he got home from his trip.
You annoy me right now.
Now, it is to be said that sometimes I am told that I am very partial to the woman, very biased to what the woman has to say, and that I don't give the men a chance. I'm going to try to stay neutral for now, but already what I'm seeing, I'm going to say D-bag. When I pushed back against this and said I was happy losing weight at a comfortable and healthy place and wouldn't be taking his advice, he told me to never say never and kept sending me more advice. Is he like a nutritionist? Is he a gym rat? Does he know what he's talking about, or does he just want you a certain way? I asked him if he found me unattractive. He said, no, I just find your weight unattractive. You are unattractive at this weight. Okay, keep reading, Sam. At the time, these comments really hurt me. He also started doing things like grabbing, poking parts of me, then making the two-handed gesture meaning smaller. I told him this felt mean and to stop, but he said someone had to tell me. This also spread to other parts of my appearance, like my face, hair, and style. I don't think it matters how thin you are. It sounds like this guy is trying to craft you into somebody that you're not, like totally change you into a different person. I kept losing weight at a steady pace and started going to the gym with my friends. I love the gym and I love building muscle. It makes me feel stronger and energized. I gained so much confidence over the last year from my friends hyping me up, feeling fitter, and being able to do more. Okay, good for you. I weigh half of what I did when I started, and my body feels lighter. I have made new and supportive friends who have brought out confidence in me that I didn't know I had, which is good because your boyfriend isn't giving you any of that. This had given me the motivation to start my own business and build a more exciting future for myself. So much good has come my way in the last year, but there was only one person who still didn't see me as good enough. I wonder who. So I left him. I'm sorry, he was a dick and he deserved it. He still hasn't accepted that I have actually left him. He thinks I'll cool off and come back later. But honestly, I feel like he was trying to drag me down to his level. I met a guy at my gym the other day who has asked me out for coffee. He's a bodybuilder and athlete. So in other words, out of my league. Don't say that about yourself. But he asked me and I am excited to go. Well, good for you. Yes, I definitely don't think you should be with somebody who is not only just obsessed over your weight, but telling you that you need to change your hair, your clothes, all that. You don't need to change anything. If you want to lose weight for you because it makes you feel better, then you should. If you want to change your hair because it makes you feel better, you should. You shouldn't do it for someone else. And your boyfriend, Yikes. He shouldn't want to change you either. He should love you the way you are. So, Be Mother Oboe says, my boyfriend has a real bad stanky ass. These are the real issues, ladies. We're getting down to brass tacks now. I never believed in getting the ick until now. I'm actually cringing thinking about this. Overall, it's not a huge deal. I'll get over it, but on to the story. So, do any of you guys have an ick? I actually do have an ick, and it's probably a weird one, but to me, it's an absolute deal breaker, and that is when men spit. Spitting like in public, not like necessarily, not like when you're home and you're spitting in the toilet, you're sick or something, but just outside, just spitting. If I seen a guy spit instantly, nope, this isn't gonna happen. I don't know why, it's so weird. So me and my boyfriend, 19 male, have been dating for almost 2 years now. We've known each other for 4 years. I put quotations around that because it was only online. We dated on and off, but it was long distance. Well, he moved an hour away from me 6 months ago, and we started talking again. I love this guy. He treats me very good, and he's a big goofball. So here we go. Tonight, we had pizza and brownies, and then fell asleep shortly after. I woke up around 2 a.m. feeling like absolute dog shit, so I kind of just laid there and scrolled on Reddit. My boyfriend is sleeping throughout this entire thing, by the way, so randomly he sticks his hand down his pants and right into his ass. I don't really care. We all get itches on our booty sometimes, but he's down there doing something for at least 30 seconds. I can tell he's not scratching because I can literally see his hand down his pants. So what is he doing? He takes it out, does it again a few minutes later, then again. I'm giggling because it's pretty funny. He takes his hand out of his pants and immediately reaches over to cuddle me. Oh my God, no! And oh my God, I got a fresh whiff of straight up booty. Smelled like a week of unwashed cheeks. Smelled like 10 cans of Bounce that has. It was horrendous. Oh no. He probably didn't even realize it. He's like probably half asleep or something and just, oh boy. A man putting his hand down his pants and doing anything in that area isn't going to smell super great. He has his asshole itching hand right by my face on my upper chest. Oh, it takes every single ounce of willpower I have to not fling him off me. I move his hand down and sit there reliving that smell I smelled. Nothing like it, I swear to God. So now here I am lying next to him thinking about how his hand was likely on his asshole, then on my chest.
Ew. Oh my God. I literally cannot.
I will never tell him about this and probably move on by tomorrow, but I just had to share. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's intimacy, right? We all have smelly body parts and sometimes they itch. That was like actually kind of wholesome considering what they were talking about. And she's not gonna tell him. I would tell my husband. Okay, so how do you guys like Off My Chest? I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. It's pretty entertaining. I'll continue to scour Reddit for some fun, threads, subreddits, whatever they call them, to bring more interesting gossip your way. And tomorrow is Friday, which means you can look forward to Twitter, which is always my favorite day of the week. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. I hope that your magic is strong. I hope that your symptoms are low. And I will see you next time, my little witches and warlocks.